I'm sitting here talking to myself this whole time. Oh my gosh, you just seeing my mouth go and nothing's coming out. Now you should have sound. My mic was muted for some reason. It's early, guys. It's early. I just woke up. All right, you should be able to hear now. You should be able to hear now. So let me just go over that whole spiel again because there was no sound. Welcome in. We'll be shipping out orders today. I have 9 total orders going out the door. 8 eBay, one Poshmark. We do have a Whatnot show today. It is in less than 2 hours, so make sure you come out. All that Ralph Lauren behind me. We're gonna be selling. Oh my gosh. For some reason, when I log into Restream and I hook up this mic, it always mutes my mic. And usually I remember to go back and unmute it. But today I just didn't, I didn't remember to unmute it. So you guys got my mouth running, which is good. It's going to be good for the live because people are going to come into the replay and they're just going to spam like, no sound, no sound, no sound. And then they'll see that there is sound. So yeah, that's okay. It's you. It's me. It's not you this time. It's actually me this time that's messing it up. All right. Vineyard Vines, first sale. By the way, hop on in. Make sure you like the live. If you're watching on replay, make sure you say no sound first and then replay in the chat. And then if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Should be a quick live. Should only be about 20 minutes because not too much shipping out today. So yeah, I actually got to charge my mic too after this live because I noticed I hadn't charged it in like 2 weeks and it's almost dead. So it might even die during the live, and then you guys will get no sound again. Vineyard Vines on the go performance polo shirt, not a regular Vineyard Vines shirt. This is an on the go performance. Anytime you find Vineyard Vines on the go performance, always pick it up. You'll always see like the on the go performance sign. You can't really see it right there because it's folded up at the very top. Always pick these up. Even the polos sell well. This one sold for $27 over on Poshmark Land. The only Poshmark sale. The only Poshmark sale. I'm heading off to another appointment. Only estate sale. The estate sale company told me about it. Make friends with estate sale workers. Let's go. Hopefully that turns into like a weekly thing for you, Dora. Hopefully they let you have like first access, especially if they see you like buying a lot and you buy out the majority of their supply. They'll probably have you come every single week, which will be great. And then you basically just buy out the estate sale every single time. And if you get good, you build the Whatnot audience, that could be really, really good. I know a lot of the storage unit pickers, things like that, they go buy a whole storage unit and they sell it all off. Just imagine if you could just buy a whole estate and then sell it all off in like a week. You'd have to obviously have workers and stuff behind you because selling off an estate is a lot, but you could eventually build it into like a full-time business where you're just going through selling everything from the estate, and then going the next week and buying a whole nother estate and selling it all off. You get it for a good price. I mean, they'll probably, some estates will probably sell it to you for dirt cheap just to get it out because they obviously are trying to sell the house. So that's awesome. It's going to turn into a good little business for you. Do you pick up Frank and Eileen for a good price? Yes, we pick up lots of Frank and Eileen. Frank and Eileen's a great brand to look out for. Even the basic shirts go for really good money. Seems to be some technical issues, but I can hear everything. Yeah, should be good. I think I'm good now. I'm hooked up to the right Wi-Fi. I should be good. Should be good. Juliet, what's up? Welcome in. What's up, London? I'm getting first access to my local thrift stores now. Volunteer for 2 hours. Get first dibs, 50% off. It's high. It's a high getting first dib. That's awesome. Set up connections. There you go. We got Emily setting up connections. You got Dora setting up connections. Going to get stuff early. I love it. I love it. I love it. What's your Posh ID? Instead of K-Way Shop, it's Way K Shop. So just look up my name, except for Kayla in the front. You put Wayne in the front. So Way K Shop. There was a K-Way Shop, but it was hooked up to my first email, and then my email got hacked. So I wasn't able to get back in and log into my Poshmark. And it was like right after, it's like 2 days after I created it, my original AOL got hacked. So I had to end that account and just create WayK Shop. But it's always linked in my bio too, Monica. If you go to my bio, my link tree in my bio has my Poshmark closet. Also, if you want to sign up for Poshmark, there's like a free $10 or something you get. So when's a big move? It's on the 15th. 15th is the big move. Everything seems to be going smoothly. We got asked for like a couple extra, like our bank statements and stuff yesterday, just normal stuff. So we sent that on over, and I'm just waiting for one thing from my CPA to send over to them, and then basically we should be good to go. They're just asking for, because I don't work a normal job, they're asking for like a little bit more detail on like how I make money and stuff like that. So my CPA is sending them a letter, and then we should be good to go. But she's on the road right now, so she's got to stop somewhere and figure out how she's going to send it over. Do you do well, Tommy Bahama? I do really well, Tommy Bahama, especially the all over prints. I just sold one yesterday, so this is kind of what you're looking for with Tommy Bahama. Let me show you. Just packed one up yesterday on live. Let me see. This one right here was in a video too. I said it was going to sell for $30, but I took a best offer to get it to sell faster. But Tommy Bahama, this is a men's 2XLB, so big and tall size. You can see right there that 2XLB. You always look for big and tall size. Also, you want to look for ones that are 100% silk, as you can see right there. That one's 100% silk and with good patterns. So good patterns, typically bigger sizes, although you can get away with like a medium or a large if it's a decent pattern. And then of course 100% silk, 100% linen. Those are what you're looking for. That one sold in like no time at all. Let me see how long that one took to sell after I listed it, because it took me a while to get it listed. That one took 8 days to sell, so about a week. About a week that one was in and out the door. So if you grab the right stuff, it'll sell quick. What's up, Debbie? Not the AOL. Yeah, I stopped using that. The AOL, gosh, that site is like the worst for hackers. I even had two-step verification, everything on, and they hacked my email. So the sound just stopped. Sound should be good, right? Chat. Is the sound good? Is the sound good now? No problem. Hopefully it didn't stop. My mic is kind of low, so if it does stop, just yell at me in the chat, and I'll just take it off, and I'll use the regular mic instead of using that. But we should be good now. All right. Let's go ahead and ship out eBay orders. I have 8 eBay orders going out the door. I actually have more than 8. More than 8 because I have multi-quantity orders. So if you guys don't know, I've been talking about this last couple weeks. Last week and a half. I started a sale on my eBay store where if you buy more than two or more items, you get free shipping. And that's led to people buying multiple items over and over again. I hardly ever get a multi-quantity order on eBay, but with this new sale, I have gotten many multi-quantity orders. So I highly suggest it if you have the wiggle room in your pricing to be able to offer that free shipping, because it really doesn't cost you much more to give you that free shipping. It's to give the buyer the free shipping, and then they end up buying stuff for full price. So it works out. Can you talk about random pulls for Whatnot? I'm going to do a mystery bag show with a literal garage of stuff my friend gave me, and I couldn't figure out how to set up the random pulls. Random pulls, you're just using number placards. That's what we use. And when you run an item, you're just going to title your whole show. Your one listing will be titled like random pull. That's just typically what we do. And then after you run the first, you do random pull with a multi-quantity. So let's say you do a quantity of 100. You run the first one, it's going to say random pull number 1. So you're going to put the number 1 placard on that one. And then when you rerun that same listing, it'll go number 2. So then it'll say random pull number 2. Then you're going to put number 2 on the next one. You're just rerunning the same listing, but every time you run it, it's going to add a number to the end. So that way you can differentiate between number 1 and number 100 when you run those. Mystery bag show. I'd be very, very careful and read Whatnot rules with mystery bag shows, because with mystery bag shows, you have to give a floor and a ceiling price. You can't just say, oh, this is a mystery bag, bid on it. Because people will complain. You'll get a lot of returns for that. That's why we try not to do. We've never done a mystery show. We've always shown what's inside. So if we ever do like a reseller box, which I've thought about doing again here very, very soon on there, but if we do a reseller box, we show every single piece that's inside of that reseller box. It's not like, oh, this is a box, the value is $200 resale value, bid on it, and you don't know what's on the inside. We individually show each piece. You have to be very, very careful. Because Whatnot's really, really against doing mystery shows. So make sure you read up on the rules. Maybe reach out to Whatnot if you want to talk to them about it and see what's acceptable. But you just taking a box and saying, this is a mystery box, run it, they won't accept that, because you have to give a floor or ceiling price. And if you're running pre-owned stuff, it's really hard to give a floor and a ceiling price, because you're based off of your knowledge of what that stuff is going to sell for, but somebody else might think that stuff is going to sell for less. Like people think Polo Ralph Lauren selling for $20 is insane because they can't move it for 10. So if you put Polo Ralph Lauren in your box and you say it's worth X amount of dollars, but they think it's worth less, then that opens you up for returns. So I'd highly, highly suggest not doing full mystery shows, if that makes sense. How do you do that? How do you do what? Do you use a body cam when thrifting or just glasses? I use the glasses in the last couple videos that I did. If I'm just filming and you just see one arm, typically it's just my phone that I'm filming with. What's up, Dammy? What's up, Dammy? Dammy? Danny, what's up, Danny? I'm selling the items individual, but not unbagging them before the show. I hope it makes sense. Gotcha. Okay, so you're still showing the items. You're good then. You'll be fine. Do you deduct the cost of goods and mileage on your taxes? Yes, I do. Of course, you need to deduct cost of goods into your taxes, because then if you sell something for $20 and you don't deduct the cost of goods, then your profit is $20. So you need to deduct everything you possibly can: shipping, taxes, mileage. You need to be able to keep track of your mileage throughout the year. Talk to a CPA if you're confused on any of that. A CPA will be able to help you greatly with that. Yeah, they'll be able to explain all the deductions: home office deduction. If you did some repairs on your house that is a specific portion of your house, you'll be able to write off that. If you did any upgrades to your house specifically for the business, like for example, I'm going and moving to a new house here on the 15th. I'm going to be buying a air conditioning unit for the garage. That is a complete write-off because I'm not buying it for the house. I'm buying it for the garage space, so that way we're cool when we're out working. So I'm able to deduct that whole amount, so on and so forth. So make sure you talk to a CPA. They'll be able to help you and get you all the deductions you need. Peter Millar polo shirt. Bought this for $20 at the TJ Maxx Yellow Tag event, and this one sold for $49.99 plus shipping. How do you run the free shipping sale? Oh, I got you. I showed this yesterday. I'm sure I'm going to show this a lot more because it's kind of a little confusing on eBay. I wish they would make the sales portion a little bit easier, but I'll flip the screen here in just a second. I'll show you how to do the free shipping promotion. It's the same way you run a regular discount. It's just you're running a shipping discount and not a sale discount. So yeah. Oh, and talk to a CPA. CPA always can help you out with that, and I would trust the opinions of a CPA over any reseller online, because CPAs are, they're knowledgeable. There are some resellers that are CPAs, I guess, so maybe those are okay to talk to you about this, but always talk to a professional about taxes, because taxes are something you don't want to get advice from like a random person. All right, we're going to go to my eBay store. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. Boom. eBay, by the way, they changed all this, which is pretty freaking cool, the way they changed this. But anyways, you're going to go to advertising. I think it is advertising. Advertising. Is it advertising? No. Is it marketing? Yeah, it's marketing. You're going to click on marketing right here at the very top. And then from here, I have 2 active discounts running right now. I have a sale discount, which is 10% off if they spend $50 or more. That's on a full price order. Also, if they buy 2 or more items, they get free shipping. So those 2 are running simultaneously. They can take advantage of both of those. But if you wanted to create your own, what you're going to do is you're going to go to create discount. And then if you wanted a sale event, like a markdown sale, like the first one I just talked about, that's going to be under sale event. If you want to do a shipping discount, you're going to do shipping discount. From here, you're just going to go through and set your parameters on this page. And then you're going to select the inventory that goes into it. It's pretty self-explanatory. When you get to this page, you hit launch discount. And then from that point in time, your discount is active and running. You could set it for a weekend. You can set it for a month. You can set it for a year. You can set it for multiple years if you want. If you want to just set it and forget it. But that's how you set it up right there. Super easy. Super duper easy. Good morning. Really enjoy your lives. Appreciate you, Suzanne. Too bad I started today's live out with my mic not running. It's my first live, chat. My first live, yeah. Started out the live with my mic not on. So, how do you set the auto feedback? That it's within your settings somewhere. I don't actually have auto feedback set. I just, as soon as I ship my items, I go into my right here. As soon as I'm done with the live, what I do is I come down here and I click on right here, shipped and awaiting your feedback. So after I'm done today, it'll say 8. So I'll click on that and I'll send all 8 out right away. That's what I do. So I don't have auto feedback set. I'm sure if you just Google eBay auto feedback, one of the first links will take you right to the page to set up your auto feedback, but I don't have it set. I do see the reason why you would want to have it set, but I don't have mine set. I just send it right afterwards. I probably should have it auto set, to be honest. Anyways, vintage Levi's jeans. These are a $5.50. They're 36 by 32. These sold for $24.99 plus shipping. Got these in a bulk buy. I think I paid like $4 or $5 a piece per Levi. Bulk buy, sent right to my door. Surfs didn't remember? Yeah, I don't remember either. I'm like Surfs. I don't have mine auto set. It doesn't take much time at all to just go in and send your feedback, but yeah, if you just Google eBay auto feedback, I'm sure one of the first links will take you right to the page. And it's within your settings somewhere. So if you just go to your eBay settings page, you should be able to change it from there. But I don't know. I don't know. $9.77 is what I'm shipping this, paying for my label. I charge the buyer $10 shipping on these because they're jeans. Anything over a pound is $10 shipping. Between like 1 to 2 pounds, I charge $10 shipping for. Anything over 2 pounds is usually $12 shipping. And that one's out the door. Next up, we got a Polo Ralph Lauren. Good, it is red. Somebody messaged me yesterday and said, is that logo blue or red? And I was like, I'm pretty sure it's red. And it is red. Polo Ralph Lauren men's extra large knit sweater. It's a nice little crew neck sweater. Thicker one too. Always pick these up if you can find them cheap enough. This one sold for $24.99 plus shipping. Again, bread and butter. Lots of bread and butter sold yesterday. Although we did have some higher dollar sales, but lots of bread and butter. Mids feed the kids. I saw somebody say that yesterday in somebody's Whatnot show, and I was like, that's funny. Mids feed the kids. I need to have a shirt that says that. That one's going to ship out for 2 pounds. Hopefully I had that one set to 2 pound shipping. I didn't. I had it set to 1 pound shipping. Oh well. 2 pound shipping. Buyer paid $7 for shipping. I'm paying $8.50. It messed up on the shipping a little bit. Probably thought this was a lightweight sweater when I was doing the listing. It clearly is not. Next up, got 5 more orders going out the door, but 2 multi-quantity orders. Let's do, this is a Zero Restriction, is a good brand to look out for. Zero Restriction. I'll pop it up on the screen so you guys can see what the label looks like. Anytime I find this brand, it usually sells pretty quick for me, especially men's. That's the label you're looking for. This one was just listed. I think it was listed last week. Let me check Nifty really quick and get you an exact time frame that this sold. Zero Restriction. This one was listed for 6 days. Wasn't even up for a week, and it sold for $35. So always look out for this brand. It's a good seller. Sells really quick. Zero Restriction. It's not even in the middle of winter yet. As soon as this becomes middle of winter, this is going to sell even faster. What's up, Faith? Happy for your new house. Appreciate you, Faith. Sorry we couldn't meet up again. We were just super duper busy that week that you were down, and inspections were that week, and stress. So next time we either come up there or you come down here, we'll definitely set up the lunch day and hang out with you. But I apologize. We tried to make it happen, but we were just swamped with all kinds of craziness. What's up, Frenchie? Welcome in. That one shipped. Listening from my zero turn. What's a zero turn? Listening from your zero turn. Is that like a truck? Is that what you're driving? Here, one item that you guys see multiple times on the live. This is a men's poncho shirt, brand new with tags. This one actually sold for $60. I took a best offer yesterday. I've been taking lower offers on these just to get these to move. I only have 3 size mediums left. All the other sizes have sold out. Medium is my last size I have available. And this one is sold. So 3 more left. I probably will sell through those next month. So next month they'll be in and out the door. Poncho's really great brand to look out for. Even pre-owned. Pre-owned you can get $40 to $50 for these if you get the right one. A lawnmower, got you. Yeah, zero turn lawnmower. That makes sense. That makes sense. I've always had a push lawnmower my whole life. My yard probably is big enough to have a regular lawnmower, but I use a push lawnmower. I don't even have a lawnmower with like the thing that pushes itself, like it pulls itself. I have the one there. I got to push it. I got the cheap one. It's been lasting me since I got this house. So what is that, like 8 to 10 years ago? That thing is still pushing strong. Love mowing lawns. For some reason, mowing lawns is just peaceful. That's why I mow my neighbor's lawn. I've been checking my numbers on eBay. When you put an item on sale, they take the transaction percent on the original price, not the actual price. Same with the promoted listed fee. I had no clue about that, Holly. That's something new to me. So they take your fee. Your fee that they take is based off of your listed price and not your sale price. That sounds weird. That doesn't sound right. Why would they take a fee off of your listed price and not your sale price? That's something new to me. If they're doing that, I didn't know that they did that. I don't run sales on my eBay store, so I don't really notice that. But yeah, anybody else ever heard of that? They're taking their fees. So if you have something 50% off, like say you have something listed for $50 and you have a 50% off sale and it's at $25, they're going to take the fee based off the $50 price and not the $25 price? That doesn't make sense. Why would they do that? She's right. That's so weird. Why would they do that? That's just like a fee grab right there. Poncho, I had to look up comps, brand name. Hard to look up comps with the brand name. Any tips? I just write in Poncho. That's a good question. Let's see. Shirt. Yeah, it is a little bit harder to look up comps, but this is the way you do it. If you put parentheses around your, this one's not a Poncho shirt. This is just a sponsored ad, so that's why it's up top. But if you put parentheses around it, it should pull up all the men's Poncho shirts. It's just looking for the brand Poncho. So if you scroll through here, you'll see that everything down here is Poncho at that point. If you just write in Poncho, it's going to pull up everything. Ponchos, regular, doesn't matter. But if you put the parentheses in there, it's going to pull up just the brand Poncho. It's like a little hack, a little eBay hack. It works most of the time. There are some times it doesn't work. So, what's up, Ree? What about if you accept the lower offer? Do they take the original? I have no clue. I'm learning something new here from you guys. Yeah, what if you take a lower offer? So if you have it listed for $50 and you take a $25 offer, I don't think it takes it off of the full price. It should take it off of the offer price. Yeah, it doesn't seem right to me either. Yes, checked several sold listings and did the math. That's crazy. That's crazy if that happens. So what if you accept an offer, chat? Do you get fees off of the offer price? So if you have something listed for $50, you take a $25 offer. Are they charging you fees on that $50? Or are they charging you fees on the $25? I think it's only right they would charge you fees on the $25. That's what you sold it for. That's crazy. That's something that I wish I would have known. I would have had Surfs ask at eBay Open, why are you guys robbing us on fees? I'm going to look at the extra fee charging. Never saw that. Just coupons and marketing. Got you. So it's just coupons and marketing. It's not. So how does that make any sense? If you did an offer, so just do offers, don't do sales. If you accept an offer of 50% off on an item, like again, 50 to 25, you get charged on the 25. But if you're offering a sale from 50 to 25, you get charged on the 50. You're offering the same discount. You're just offering in two separate ways. Why does that make any sense, eBay? eBay, answer us. Why does that make any sense? That's just a fee grab right there. That's why the profits are going up. Bluffworks, good brand to look for. Bluffworks, always look out for the brand. I'll show you the label here in a second because it can't really see it from the actual item, but it's a good brand to look out for. Bluffworks. Yeah, that's crazy. I never knew that. I always learn something new. Everybody thinks, just because we put out videos and all that stuff, we're all experts. I'll tell you, just like everybody else will tell you, I'm not an expert. I'm learning stuff every single day. Yeah, check for your best offer listing, but I don't think it does it on best offer. I think I would have noticed a best offer if that was happening. Boom, boom, Bluffworks. That's the label you're looking for. These look like regular old pants. They don't have any crazy pattern or anything like that. I kind of recognize them from that little metal button right there, but that's the label you're looking for. These sold really quick. Also, everybody was asked, like, how do we take pictures of pants in our light box behind us? Just a top and a bottom. If you can't fit the whole thing, you just take a top and a bottom. They'll still sell. They will still sell. Heading to the state sale. Wish me luck. Good luck, Dora. Go Explora. Won't be as good as the last one. You never know. It might be better than the last one. That's not the way to go into an estate sale, Dora. You got to go in going, this is gonna be better than the last one. I'm gonna make millions off of this estate sale. This one only weighs 15 ounces. Get that money, Dora. Dora is exploring. This one's shipping for $7.10. All my fees have been what it sold for. Okay. Yeah, I don't ever run sales markdown, so I can't even check that. What am I doing? I'm still sharing my screen. I don't run sales markdown, so I can't check that on my end. But you guys can check it on yours if you do run sales and see what the fees are getting taken from. That's weird if it's both. It's both. All right, multi-quantity orders. Like I said, so I've been saying this the last couple of days. I've had months and months where I go and sell one multi-quantity order on eBay. And now that I'm running this markdown sale, I'm almost getting daily multi-quantity orders, which is leading to people actually coming back and buying more from me, which is great. Return customers. So I highly suggest it. Again, if you have wiggle room, set up your sale, markdown sale to do free shipping. You can do it on free shipping on 3 or more items. You can do 4 or more items to entice buyers to buy more. I just did 2 or more items. So whether they buy 2 items, 3 items, 100 items, they get free shipping on everything. And these 2 sold right here $44.98. Two Brooks Brothers shirts, both same size medium, sold together. $44.98. I probably have like $4 or $5 in each of these. And it's not going to cost me much more to ship these out because they're both going into the same bag. So they're going to go Ground Advantage, and they're going to ship out pretty cheap. Heading to Vegas for my grandson's birthday. Stopping at estate sale. And thrift's new to me. Let's go. Let's go. I love it. I love going to new areas and going thrifting because you never know what you're going to find. And different areas have different things in them. So, like, if that makes sense, different things in them. For example, if you go to Texas, you're probably going to find a lot more boots than I'd find in Florida. If you go up north, you're going to find a lot more jackets than you find here in Florida. And if you come to Florida, you're going to find a lot more Hawaiian shirts here than you find up north. So it's always good to go to new areas and check it out. It's only going to cost me $8.34 to ship. So $4 loss on each item to get them to sell in volume. I'll take that all day to move out volume. Yeah, you can also set the sale too that they cap at shipping. So if you wanted to charge $7 on everything that's sold, you could still charge $7, but everything after the first item, they don't get charged extra shipping. So I'm here for your whatnot. Sorry for thinking of my whatnot. I'm sure some of the Ralph Lauren is going to sell pretty cheap. Speaking of Ralph Lauren, we're selling it cheap on whatnot we're doing probably do $7 starts. I thought about doing dollar starts today. I might still do dollar starts and surprise you guys, and just because I just want this stuff gone. I don't really care what it sells for. But speaking of Ralph Lauren, I mean, this is the deals you can get. These are really basic pieces. This is a pair of Polo Ralph Lauren chino shorts. We got a Polo Ralph Lauren. This is literally just a long sleeve t-shirt. And this is a quarter zip estate rib sweater. All three of these sold in the same bundle to the same buyer for $62.97. All these are super basic Ralph Lauren pieces. They're not even like the ones that we have hanging up back there. Super duper basic, and they still sold for $62. That's why I love Ralph Lauren, because it's just a bread and butter item. Sells frequently. So jackets are selling. Sold too. Yes, jackets are definitely starting to move because it's starting to cool down up north. We're actually going to probably see an increase in sales in jackets sooner than we usually do, because right now that big trough is coming down. It's pushing all that cold weather down. So we're getting colder weather sooner than we typically do, which means jackets will actually start selling because people weren't ready for jacket season yet. So if you have jackets laying around and if you thought about listing them, I would actually start listing them like right now, because I watched the weather and I guess another one is supposed to come down like 2 weeks from now, and it's supposed to like cool down. So September is supposed to be a really, really cold month, and typically it's not as cold in the beginning. It's supposed to get cold throughout the whole month. So start listing those jackets. Have you ever accidentally hit accept offer? I meant to counter offer. It was a first. Probably. I probably have. I don't do it too often, but I'm sure I have at least once. I'm sure everybody does. I know it's frustrating. It's just a mistake. You'll learn from it. From here on out, that'll scar you and you won't do it again. Our thrift stores usually stuff donated from local folks. Yes and no. For example, Red, White, and Blue in our area, they ship down most of their stuff. So if you go to Red, White, and Blue any day of the week, whether it's in the middle of winter or the middle of summer, you'll see jackets galore in Red, White, and Blue here in Florida. Nobody here in Florida wears like super heavy ski jackets, but you'll find them all over the place at Red, White, and Blue. It's because they ship their stuff down. Now, local Goodwills typically have stuff that is donated, but they also get trucks delivered too. So you'll get some coming from local, but you also get some coming from out of state. So it's like a mix. I'll open the whatnot late. I hope in the whatnot late, and I'll be there. Okay, cool. Yeah. Shouldn't be too long. It's probably going to be like a 30-minute show. So $1 starts. I probably will do dollar starts for you guys. I don't really care. It's all good Ralph Lauren stuff. It's all like, you can see the plaids and everything. Kayla just pulled out a bunch of them. But I don't really care what it goes for. All that stuff right there, that's all stuff for Tuesday's show, next Tuesday's show. And I might do dollar starts on that show. I might do a box on Listed for that stuff. I'm thinking about it. Just do really, really cheap, or do a live where I do a dollar start on I might do that. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow or next Tuesday. I don't know. But I might run that on Listed. So I might show you guys everything that's in those two bins and then just start it for $1 and then let you guys bid it to wherever you guys feel comfortable. And then I get rid of all that stuff too. It's all good stuff. I just don't have time to list it before we move. So you guys get to have it. It's funny, Florida, bought a coat and a corduroy True Religion jeans. Go figure. Yeah, you can find good stuff down here. And the great thing about finding that stuff here is no natural customer is going to the thrift store and looking for a heavy jacket. So the resellers win every time. We're able to get that stuff super cheap because the thrift store has to price it low. If they price it too high, it just sits forever. So we grab it cheap. Did you learn what brands items? Did you learn what brands items sell as you go, or did you research? I learned as I went. If you knew me before I started reselling, I wore plain black Hanes t-shirts and like and one shorts. Those two have zero resale value. That's like what my entire wardrobe. I didn't know what Lululemon and Vuori was. I didn't even know what Polo Ralph Lauren was. I had no clue about Polo Ralph Lauren. So I learned everything as I went. I watched videos. I looked up sold comps, and then I researched while I was in the store. So if I found something, as you go, you kind of learn what to look for when you're out thrifting. And I started looking for stuff. I'd be in the thrift store and I'd be like, "Ooh, that looks like a new brand to me." I'm gonna look it up and then figure out that's a good seller. So it's all as you go. Slowly you learn. A lot of people want to learn really fast. I think it's way better to learn slowly. So don't expect to know all the brands in 2 weeks. Expect to know all the brands, not even know all the brands. Know most of the brands in 2 years, 3 years. Getting cooler in South Mississippi. Yeah, I wish it was cool here. It's still really hot. Although last night we went for a bike ride, it was actually really nice. I have a 35% sell-through rate on my store. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. That's good. 35% sell-through rate. You're probably like right around where I am, 35, 40%. I know some people will be like, that's bad. You need to have a 100% sell-through rate every 90 days. I don't believe that's true. I just don't. When is the whatnot? It's at 12. So it's 1 hour and 9 minutes from now is when we're starting. It's all going to be Ralph Lauren. It's like 60 pieces, smaller show. We'll probably do dollar starts. We'll probably do 10-second sudden death and just blow this stuff out. Let you guys have some good deals on it. So. Watch Unsurf Daily. Who sells more? Well, it depends. If you're counting just eBay sales, I think he outbeats me in eBay sales. But when it comes to overall sales, I'm destroying him because I sell on Whatnot. He doesn't sell on Whatnot, so he doesn't have like he sells on Whatnot, but he doesn't sell as frequently as I do. For example, we're doing 3 shows this week. We already sold 65 items on Tuesday's show. We're going to sell probably another 60-ish items today. 60 to 65 items, and then on the weekend show we're probably going to sell somewhere around 150 items. That 1 week alone outbeats his entire week on those platforms. But he's also making more money because he's selling stuff on eBay as opposed to selling on a Whatnot. So yeah, you suppose don't pick up that. Don't pick up that. So should a seller list a price with best offer or something other than or something other listing some other listing with bread and butter? With bread and butter, if it's $25 or under, I don't do best offer on those. It's like Polo Ralph Lauren. These 3 Polo Ralph Lauren pieces that sold in that bundle all don't have best offer on them because they're all bread and butter Polo Ralph Lauren pieces. Could you do best offer? Yes, but I've found that if you do best offer on those lower dollar pieces, you tend to get really, really low offers. So to mitigate that and having to go back and forth with people that want to buy something for $6 that's listed for 25, I do no best offer on those. Now, if something's listed for over 25, I do best offer. So, yeah, you heard it here first. He said it. He's here. He said it. He was here. He's always watching the background. He's just waiting for his name to be called, and then he comes up to the front of the classroom and speaks. Yeah, Kayla does all the work. That's true. That is true. She does all the work. Surfs wishes he had a Kayla. Doesn't have a Kayla. It just has a Surfs. All right, that's it. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm going to ship this last order. I got to grab a box for it. Whatnot show again in 1 hour and 7 minutes. Should be quick, easy show. Come get some deals. We're going to start everything at $1. I said 7, but I'm going to change it up. We're going to do dollar starts because, like I said, I want you guys to get good deals. I don't care what this stuff goes for. You guys can have it for good prices. Good resellable. It's all going to be Ralph Lauren pieces too. I'm going to throw the link in the chat right now. If you haven't signed up for Whatnot, you're going to click this link. If it doesn't give me an error, it's going to give me an error. Watch. Yep. I can't click the link. The link is in my bio. Let me see if it'll work again. It's not working. Let me see. Yep. Well, let me click the link. Anyways, link is in my bio. If you want to sign up, click that link. You get $15 for free. You can use it on this show. You'll probably end up getting like 2 shirts for free. That's all the announcements I have. I don't really have anything else coming out until we move. Then everything will go back to normal. So appreciate